Welcome back. In this episode, we are going to look at people who have done a fantastic second innings. I call it a second innings because people started in some other career and transitioned into some other career. Lot of things are possible in your life. A lot of times people think that, oh, I'm already 30, I'm already 35, I'm already 40. What can I do? I'm stuck in this career, I'm stuck in this job, I'm stuck in this company, I don't know what to do. But there are lots and lots of people out there who have done the unimaginable, who have started in some career, transitioned into some other career, completely unrelated to what they started with, and blossomed. And they have done it pretty late in their life. A lot of that learning should give us hope and confidence that anything is possible at any stage in one's life. Let's see some of these examples, and I hope that these examples will give you lots and lots of confidence to try out different things in your life, to try out all your passions in your life, irrespective of what your age is at any given point in time. The first one we are going to see is Vera Wang, fashion designer. Originally, she started as a figure skater and fashion editor. She was a competitive skater, later worked as a fashion editor for Vogue. It was when she was around 40 that she decided to enter the fashion design world. From figure skating to fashion editor to fashion design world, related fields, but yet very, very different fields. Wang became a renowned bridal designer, revolutionizing the bridal fashion industry with her elegant and innovative designs. She launched her first bridal collection at age 41, quickly became one of the most celebrated designers in the world. Okay, Vera Wang, figure skater to fashion designer. Number two on my list is Julia Child. She started her career in advertising, and her new career was chef, book author, TV personality. When it happened? Around 40. She was initially working in advertising, later as a research assistant for the Office of Strategic Services during World War II. It wasn't until after moving to France with her husband that she developed a passion for French cooking. In her late 30s, she enrolled at the famous Cordon Bleu cooking school in Paris, eventually became a celebrated chef, author, and television personality, bringing French cuisine to the home of the Americans. The third example that I have is that of famous Stanley. I'm sure all of you know Stanley already. He is the author of Marvel characters. He was a editor in publishing. Then his new career was comic book creator with Marvel characters. And you would have seen in any Marvel movie, he making one guest appearance in at some place. You'll come and ask him questions, and the main character would answer him back. He made a career switch when he was around 40. Stanley was working for several years in publishing before he co-created iconic Marvel Comics characters such as Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers, the early 60s. While Lee had been in the industry for years, it was in his late 30s, around 40, when he fully transitioned from editor to comic book creator. His creations, I have to say, became the foundation of Marvel Comics, turned it into a multi-billion dollar empire. The most famous example I have from the international second carriers, second innings people is Ray Kroc. He was originally milkshake machine salesman. He was the founder of McDonald's Corporation. And when did he do it? When he was 52 years old. Remember that. When people are already thinking about retirement, Ray Kroc went ahead and established McDonald's, which is one of the world's most famous food giants in the world. Ray Kroc was struggling milkshake machine salesman when he discovered the McDonald Brothers fast food restaurant in San Bernardino, California. He was already 52. He saw the potential for expanding their business into franchise, bought the rights, and then, as they say, the rest was history. His entrepreneurial journey proves that success can become and start coming in even in 150s. Let me give you some Indian examples. Let me start with Vikas Jha. Vikas Jha's story is from IT into farming. Former IT professional made a dramatic shift from a high paying job in technology to organic farming. After spending over a decade in the IT industry, Vikas decided to follow his passion for sustainable agriculture and farming. Today, he runs a very, very successful organic farm in Bihar, producing fresh vegetables and has become a vocal advocate for sustainable farming practices. Sudha Murthy, engineering to social work. Sudha Murthy, well known as a chairperson of Infosys Foundation, is often regarded as a beacon of inspiration when it comes to career shifts. She initially studied engineering, worked in the tech industry. She shifted to social work and philanthropic activities later in her life. She is a very, very successful author too. The third example I have is that of Raghu Ram, very, very famous television host to entrepreneur, very, very famous talking TV host on roadies. I'm sure you would have seen it on MTV. Made a career pivot into the startup ecosystem. He started the fitness brand Rhyme Studio, promotes health and wellness. Switched from a media personality to a business owner proves that career reinvention can occur any field, any time. All you have to have is the passion for it, vision for it, and willingness to pursue something new. Shubha Vilas is my next example. From corporate job to spirituality and writing, Shubha Vilas, a former engineer, switched to career to become a motivational speaker, spiritual guide, and author. Left his career in the corporate sector, pursued his passion for spirituality and writing. Now, a renowned author of books on self development, leadership, and spirituality, particularly drawing on ancient texts like Ramayana. His shift into the spiritual and literary career later in life demonstrates how one can follow inner passions and create a meaningful impact on the world. Let me give you next example, Nina Lekhi, banker to entrepreneur. Nina Lekhi made a drastic career change when she transitioned from working in a banking to founding Baggett, popular brand for eco-friendly handbags. That this transition happened when she was 30, and she grew it to one of the India's leading brands in fashion accessories. Madhavi Latha, software engineer to actress. She made a transition from being a software engineer to a full-time actress in the Telugu film industry. She was working as a software professional, and when did she make this transition into Telugu film industry? 30s, not the early 20s that typically people come into acting and the cine industry, but she made the transition in the 30s, in the most unlikely of the areas, into acting, into cinema field, which doesn't really happen. By the 30s, people start retiring from the cine field, settle into their life. She did exactly the opposite. All these individuals showcase that a career change is not only possible but can be incredibly fulfilling regardless of the age or past experience. All their stories tell us that it is never too late to take that leap. All these stories, wonderful stories, international as well as Indian stories, tell us only one thing, that age is a mere number. They tell us repeatedly that you can start your life at any time, any age. You need to have passion. All these examples show us that age is mere number. All these examples show us that you can transition into the second innings anytime that you want to, whether it is 30s or 40s or 50s, doesn't really matter as long as you are able to see an opportunity, as long as you are able to follow that passion which is burning inside. If you're thinking about a second innings, if you're thinking about a passion, pursuing it, go ahead, take that leap, take that second innings, and you will not regret it.